Hello and welcome to Movie Holocaust number 18. I'm Matt and this is Grant. Our last video, we gave a few clues and we asked you guys if any of you knew what we were talking about. And as it turned out, one of you got it right before anyone else. And that person is...
Ryan, 1988. You guessed it right. It was
You were the
Howling
first one.
series.
We're talking about the Howling because Karen White is the name of Dewall Stone's character in the first Howling. Christopher Lee is in Howling 2. And Howling 3 takes place in Australia. And I have recently watched all of these movies and their sequels again, so that's what we're going to be talking about. This is the Howling. Most people have seen the Howling, and if you haven't seen the Howling, then you probably haven't seen the sequels either.
It's pretty much regarded as the best one.
It's, you know, the sequels, all the sequels are bad, but some of them are really good bad. Some of them are...
They were also like lower budget though, too.
Well, the Howling 1 definitely had the biggest budget, and then the Howling 2, that's the one that came... And this is the only one in the series...
This is good.
...that actually has, like, characters, or even, like, mentions anything that happens in the first Howling. Like, the other Howlings kind of, like, stand alone. They're sort of their own film, but the Howling 2 is about Karen White's brother, and he's going to her funeral, and Christopher Lee shows up, and he's like... He doesn't even, like, beat around the bush or anything.
Oh, yeah.
He's just, like...
Super direct.
He's just like, your sister is a werewolf. And so, anyway, somehow he convinces them that Karen has turned into a werewolf. And it's really cool, though. It's like, it's really bad, but it's so stylish.
The acting is hilarious.
And the midgets, man.
And the dwarfs.
Dwarfs, yeah.
And all the crazy vampire orgies.
I think there's a dwarf staring at me. Something like that.
Should we follow it? Anyway, it's ridiculous, but it's...
Well, and most of the werewolves actually look like gorillas. Like, it looks like they just have, like, a gorilla outfit.
It's like big gorilla orgies.
But, I like it a lot. I love the music. I love that song.
The 80s band. Babel.
So, I don't know. Howling 2 is really ridiculous, but it's really good as well.
And there was the Howling 3. Holy shit. This was, goddamn, it was just really bad. Basically. And, I don't know how they thought mixing a werewolf with, like, a kangaroo would...
Ah! And that Indian guy with the big white beard who just at the most random times ever just jumps out for no reason at all and screams. And he does this throughout the entire movie. It's pretty interesting. I think at one point they finally even acknowledge it. She's like, why do you always do that? But actually, I really like the Howling 3. It's really weird because it's taking a really, like...
They're trying to, like...
funny concept very seriously.
Yeah, they're trying to, like... determine what the, like, psychological problems of, like... You know, it's, like, weird.
It gets pretty scientific. They're trying to, like, figure out the origin of the wolf and all of this stuff, and there's, like... They're not even just werewolves, there's, like, kangaroo wolves or... Yeah. Something, I don't know, but the werewolves look so different in this one. They don't really look like werewolves, and it's a really weird story. It's and it goes on and on and on and on, and it doesn't end. Like, it starts out, it's a completely different movie, and I like the beginning of the movie, and then they're like having a werewolf family together, and they're growing up, and
yeah, the only scene that I really liked was the whole birthing scene. That was really cool.
There was some really cool stuff about it.
But anyway.
And this was the first one.
Okay, so Howling 4. This was a lot like the first one in a lot of ways, I guess. But story-wise, but it was a lot more boring. Like they almost tried to like make it suspenseful, like you don't already know what's going on the whole way out. But we really just want to see the action in this, and that really.
I just wanted to see the werewolf.
Yeah, anything happened besides...
There's no werewolf in the Howling 4 until, like, the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Exactly.
Which is really disappointing, too, because the werewolf actually looks really badass, and I don't understand.
We thought that they just did that because they didn't even have a cool costume. But when you see it in the end, it's pretty cool, so...
Another weird thing, too, about Howling 4 is, on the back of it, it actually has pictures of Howling 3. And,
Huh?
Grant, you need to take that weasel off.
For the weasel.
The weasel. The ferret.
Anyway.
The Howling 5. The Howling 5 is actually really cool. Well, not really cool, but it's pretty cool. It's so I would say that on a level of cool, probably like 7.5 cool. This one, like, the werewolf's back to just being a beast, and he just rips people apart, he, like, tears their necks off with his mouth, and they're in his castle, and it's, like, Clue, because, no one knows which one of them is the werewolf, but one of them is the werewolf. And they do really, like, dumb things, like, split up to find the werewolf, because they decide it's their obligation to kill the werewolf. So, there's, lots of wandering around, and then werewolves jumping out of dark corners, and ripping people's throats out. It was. I actually kind of like it though. It's got a cool little atmosphere to it. And then there's Howling 6, The Freaks. This one is actually very cool. The werewolves, like the werewolf in this one, kind of plays the hero, which is a theme that I haven't read the Howling books, but I hear from people who do read that they show a lot of empathy towards the wolves, like in the later books, and so all of the sequels were also influenced by stories within the novel. But this one's cool because there's like this traveling circus that has all these freaks, and so there's all kinds of like different creatures and stuff. And it's the first one in the series where there's a vampire in it. So the vampire has a bronzed face, and it's like purple, and he looks like a combination between the Master from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like that evil villain dude with the purple face in Power Rangers.
Count Chocula.
Is that what it is? But there's lots of really cool like gore effects and stuff too, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah. So the next time we do movie Holocaust, we're going to be doing the same thing that we did last time. I'm going to give a few hints, and guess what I'm talking about. So the first one is Billy Zane, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Angela Bassett. Let's see if we can figure it out first. Catch you next time on Movie Holocaust.
Cindy, why do you always do that?